It's going to be another inbound play by Grayling.
Foul on Wallinges. Her first.
Foul charge number 11, McBain. First personal, team's first.
Allen tries long passing it over to Kermo, but unsuccessful over the head.
And then again, there's been a lot of inbound plays so far, and McBain's going to get the ball back.
And pulling, looking for a play over to Roosevelt. Roosevelt driving up, going for a 2. No good. Wallinges 2. Bounces off the fishbowl. Hall up for 2, no good. Wallinges tapped over to Blood, who went up for a layup.
Yeah, right
Solid
there.
Too.
Yeah, right there. It looked like a bit of difficult time being able to hit the rebounds, but McBain was able to eventually get it on the board and be able to score some points.
Hall on a steal from Malawinen.
And it's going to
foul on one of the Ramblers.
stolen by Wallinges.
Up for 2, but no good. Hayden looking for an opening, looking around Van Polen. Gets it over to Kermo. Kermo, long pass stolen by Roosevelt.
One thing I'm seeing is that Grayling's kind of doing a lot of long passes, kind of doing the risky shots immediately. If I were them, judging by the height difference of this game, is that they just need to take their time, set up the offense, and try to get some plays going. Because again, in basketball, height difference means a lot. And this team has about 5 or 6 inches on them in total, if I did my math right.
And pulling for 3, and it's a swish. Straight bombs. Van Hook over to Allen. Stolen by Van Polen. Over to Blood. Slippery full floor here tonight. Must have put a little bit more wax on the brooms than usual.
I mean, the court looks fairly nice, so I think
it looks extremely shiny.
It looks
from
very
up here.
nice and shiny.
Is number 4, Allison Elbert.
Kendra Allen on her first foul. Paul looking for a shot up to Wallinges. Wallinges under, goes for 2 twice, makes the second. Driving up by Allen.
There's a
foul on the play.
I think that was a charge by McBain, so I think she's going to get 2 shots off of that, and now Grayling has a chance to score right here.
Allen's first, right off the back of the bowl, up the board and down in the center.
It just, what happened right there is it just literally bounced off the square and was able to go in off of a lucky bounce and able to score some points.
Like a truly majestic flight on that one. Second one, swish. Roosevelt on rebound, over to Van Polen. Van Polen driving over the Vikings. Over to the key, over to Ridgeway. Ridgeway after Blood. Blood for 2, over the rim. Hall tried going up for 2 and gets fouled by not quite sure on that one. Hall getting to shoot 2. Hall's first is no good, right off the lip of the bowl. Her second, spinning right around the bowl. Van Hook looking for an opening. Long pass, almost stolen by Van Polen, but knocked out of bounds by her. Allen now to throw it over to Montgomery. Montgomery able to, foot stepped right out of bounds, just barely. Hall over to Van Polen. Van Polen passing the center. Over to Ridgeway from the bounce pass. Back to Van Polen, up to Blood. Blood going for a layup off the back of the bowl. Jump ball, black ball still though. Hall looking for an opening. Over to Roosevelt. Over to Van Polen. Van Polen over to Blood. Blood back to Ridgway. Ridgway up for a 2. Off the back of the board. Clean swish.
Timeout, but right there, just a good job of seeing that one open spot. I don't know who it was, but someone was boxing out a defender, so she had like a wide open lane. Just go down there, go up and bounce it off the glass.
Yeah, something I'm really noticing is that the girls over there from Grayling are really just holding the key. They're not really trying to strive as much for a defense on the players as much as they are for a defense around for any layups.
No, they're not at all.
So I think our JV are going to start seeing that a little bit more and then start playing off that, throwing some threes.
Very smart analogy right there. That's very, very good. I think that's what they're going to start doing because, like you said, they're not really defending the three-point line that much, but they're defending the box. I think they're realizing that they're a lot more taller than them, so they're thinking, oh, they're going to probably go down to the paint a little bit more. But no, this team could shoot a lot of threes if they really want to.
Yeah. Allen over to Hayden. Stolen by Wallinges, but Wallinges is able to steal that and make that Rambler ball. All over to Van Polen. Fast and a half. Over to Ridgway. Ridgway over to Hall. Back to Wallinges. Wallinges runs into some defenses there. Over to Hall, back to Ridgway. Ridgway for 3. Off the back of the fishbowl. All over to Van Polen. Van Polen up to Roosevelt. Roosevelt drive for a 2, and it's good.
Does like the fadeaway right there. Is able to go for 2. Good job. And then right there, you can also see that McBain just did a really good job of manning up their player and just preventing them from being able to get the inbound play off. So you can see it again right down there. They're playing very, very aggressive man-to-man.
Hayden getting locked pretty heavily there by Ridgway. Jump ball. Still going Grayling's way.
Now, one thing that Mr. O'Malley is known for is that he's not afraid to play full court press defense like the entire game. And the majority of the time when they do that, they're up by like 50 or like 30 at halftime. It's very effective.
Roosevelt runs into the key, going for a full drive. Can't call that coast to coast, but what would that be, like Kentucky, California?
Kentucky to California, that's basically what it would be.
Ref with a fist in the air.
That should actually, let's just call that Route 66.
Route 66.
Because wait, that's the one road that stretches all the way from Chicago to like Las Vegas, right? This might be.
I'm not quite up to date on my roads.
I'm not. I mean, I'm not a road expert myself, but I don't know. Once again, McBain is doing very, very aggressive man-to-man defense, not letting them get a single edge in that and like the inbound plays.
And hitting that 5-second timer on the pass in gives it to McBain. Boscher's now in the game. And pulling into the key. Bounce pass up to Roosevelt. Roosevelt over to Wallinges.
I think they might call that a travel or a foul. I don't know. It's going to be
a 2, but the point, I believe, didn't count.
No, because there's a foul, so there's going to be an inbound play.
Roosevelt over Ridgway for a 3. Oh, off the front of the lip. Stolen by Allen. Allen up to Caramo, but Caramo unable to receive the pass there.
A bit overthrown, but I mean, it's still the first quarter, so I mean, in the second quarter, I bet they're going to have all that cleaned up.
Just got to adjust the catapults is all.
Yes, basically.
And pulling up the Boscher over to Roosevelt. Roosevelt off the back, but no good.
Now, the way they use Roosevelt is that she's very good at being down in the square, being able to square up and just pull off some moves down there.
Ridgeway almost coast to coast over to Van Polen. Van Polen goes for 3, no good. Roosevelt able to keep that McBain ball. Bounce pass over to Wallinges. Wallinges under, no good. Stolen by Hayden, up to Kiramo. Knocked out by Boscher, keeping it.
And for the Vikings, number 4, Allison Albert.
Allison Albert now switched in for Kendra Allen.
And for the Ramblers, number 12, Michaela Blood.
Michaela Blood switching with Adria Roosevelt. Now back to what you were saying about Adrian being a strong player right under in the square there.
Yeah.
If I'm right, I believe her sister Isabel also takes that too. I believe Adria probably took that from her sister there, where it's just like they're both just really strong when it comes to being under that hoop.
I mean, down at like the post, it's one of the things where you really can't do that much depending, because there's going to be a bunch of people around you, but she does like a very good at kind of just position herself in a way where she can go up strong and get down to that easy bucket.
Ridgeway, nice pass over to Blood, who gets to go up for a solid switch.
Scored by number 12, the McBain, Michaela Blood.
Hayden over to Montgomery. Stolen by Blood. Blood to run into the key, up for a 2. I believe if this was like the U.S., it wouldn't be it's nowhere near coast to coast, but I believe that would be sort of like the edge of Colorado to coast.
Colorado, California, basically. I think we just invented a new basketball terminology for like certain parts on the court. If they travel from of course, if they travel from end to end, that's coast to coast. But if they travel from midway point, we can just. I think we can make it somewhere with this analogy.
Yeah. Beautiful plays there. Blood able to sink her single there on a free throw. Hayden Hinton switched in for Olivia Boscher. And now Wallinges all the way up to Ridgeway. Long pass for a 2. I mean, this game just gets better and better.
And McBain right now just has a full grip on that steering wheel and the gear shifter, as I like to say. And right now, it's just that McBain just has full control over it. They can turn it whenever they want. They can shift wherever they want. And Grayling just needs to kind of just wake back up and just kind of retake control of that box a little bit. Because how I like to see is that you first got to control that gear shifter before you can get to the wheel. Because then you can control the speed at which the other team goes. That's the thing.
Loud buzzer there.
Yeah, a very loud buzzer.
Russell. Yeah, something else to bring up is that this is the last JV girls game of the year.
The boys just recently ended theirs. I don't remember who they were playing, but they just recently ended theirs. And then after this one, it's going to be the varsity girls game, where it's going to be the game that decides who goes to districts.
Oh, that's not stolen by Blood up to Van Polen. Van Polen butterfingers a little bit there, just unable to keep the grip on that ball. Might have waxed the gear shifter, as you say.
But I mean, how I use that tempo is that it's just the gear shifters control the speed, really. The steering wheel is how you change the direction. So when the tides are turning, let's just say Grayling, the score is 21 to 22, Grayling's getting close to it. That would be them grabbing the steering wheel and turning it a different direction, because they're turning the tide of the game. And the gear shifter they're controlling the speed of which the other team is moving.
Briella Wallinges for a beautiful 2, passed in from, or actually no, Ridgeway went for a shot. We're gonna call it a pass. And then Wallinges on the retrieve, threw it up, went for a 2. Solid. Foul on the play, giving it to the Ramblers, making it for Ridgeway and Van Polen to run it up.
But judging how there's about 25 seconds left, they're probably not going to be able to do that much. They might just pass the ball around, really, just to drain the clock, or just go up with a random three-point shot.
Go up for a 3, exactly. But it was no good. Wallen just tries to keep that McBain ball, but
it just there's a Grayling defender right behind her that just kind of smacks that out of her hand.
Keeping it McBain ball.
Yes.
Blood bounce pass over to Wallinger. Wallinger is able to keep that grip on the ball. Caden Hinton going for 3, no good. Allen all the way up to Caramo. Caramo up for 2, no good. Taken by Hinton. Hinton almost losing the ball. Over to Van Polen at the center circle. Van Polen almost about to shoot for a half, but just a few seconds more on the clock, and she would have had that. But
and I think we'll see you after the quick break. Nope. And we're back from the quick break as well. I don't know what happened really. Officials and the refs are discussing it right now. There's a substitution error, so they had to get a sub in, so that was
Katie
what happened.
Hayden over for Lana Malonen. Manic looking for a play. Bounce pass over into Reining. Stolen by Roosevelt. Hall driving around Malonen. Bounce pass over to Reining. Up to Blood. Foul on 23, Molly Montgomery. Her second. Hall bounce pass over to Roosevelt. Roosevelt going up for 2, swish right off the backboard.
Yeah, McBain just has right now a full control of everything right now, and it's just they're kind of just playing with Grayling. Well, I don't want to say that sounds kind of bad, but they're just preventing Grayling from really being able to operate their offense, do their defense, everything like that. But I bet by the second half, Grayling's going to understand what they're doing. Usually that's when the McBain's opposing teams really understand what's going on.
Hall tries going from Kentucky to California, unable to make the layup. Gets fouled on the way over too by Montgomery.
Number 23 at Grayling, Montgomery, her third foul. The team still.
You didn't just hear it over the mic there, folks. Her third foul. Hall sinking her first one.
Her third? Wait, her third foul?
That was her third foul.
She just has 2 more, and I think that she gets booted out of the game. But I don't know. I think that's how it works.
2 more and they're out.
I think it's 5. You can have a total maximum of 5 fouls.
Yeah, 5 strikes.
And if your team gets over like,
oh, so close on that roll. 2 plays where the ball almost went over. Blood and Hall both just getting the ball up there, spinning it around the fishbowl, and then Adria able to just keep that at 2 for McBain, and by scoring that, just so close on both of those. Blood went up right off the backboard for a 2 right there.
McBain just full on taking control of this game. I mean, the score is 2-30 right now, and we're not even at halftime.
Roosevelt and Hall going up for 2s, no good. Hall right over the shoulder though after the call was made.
And she's gonna give you one way thing that's Wait, there is a
The foul
timeout.
charged against number 12, the Vikings.
And
Katie Hayden, her first personal
so who's
foul.
wait, someone's going to be shooting some free throws. I think that's going to be Adria Roosevelt. One thing that how she shoots her Roosevelt shoots her free throws is that usually how some guys do is that there's like a line right in between the, like basically putting it right back as it. Where she likes to do is that she likes to stand like at the side of it, which is a bit of unusual to do that, but I mean it works. Some people just learn it differently. Like if you look at it right there, she stands.
Oh.
She stands to the. I think nope, that's the
never
left.
noticed
That's
that.
the left of it.
At the line from the
I never noticed that.
Because I mean, some people like shooting it from the sides because I don't know. It's just a weird thing.
Feels more fluid, I guess.
Yeah, that's some people. It just feels more comfortable doing that.
Off the back of the bowl. No splash here.
Like how I like to do it is there's a line. I like to step at least a couple feet back because how I shoot it, I lean forward, so I don't want to have the possibility of stepping over the line and then the foul shot does not count.
Now on the floor for the Ramblers.
Because I like
Roosevelt switching out for Ava Rawson. Roosevelt's second was no good. Skimmed the net, but didn't hit the bowl, and then went out of bounds. Kiermo able to pass it over to Malonen. Gets fouled.
And there's going to be two foul shots right here.
At the line for the Vikings. Emma Kahara.
Ava just switched into the game. Foul within like 15 seconds. Defensive player right there.
Well, again, she just got in, so she's just warming up to it. So, yeah.
Malonen sinks her second. Malonen trying to monkey in the middle there with Ridgway and Hall. Rawson off the backboard, no good. Running, stealing it from over the head of Malonen. Back to Hall, over to Ridgway. Ridgway driving into the key. Bounce pass to Blood. Blood tries to go
And
for two,
the
but
bounce gets it just like
jump ball.
stolen.
Almost stolen there by Hayden.
I mean, what she did is Michaela had the ball like kind of down low, so then they reached their hand and tried ripping out of it. One thing I was always told is that since I'm a lot taller than people, is that once I get that ball, I just gotta keep my hand all the way up the ball as high above my head as possible. But that's just me.
I'm thinking about it as trying to move a ball in water.
Oh yes, definitely. Because there's the
Trying to move that
resistance.
ball
There's
from
down
down here.
moving it down up here. It's like there's a bit of a resistance and stuff like that.
Exactly. Hall shooting for two after a foul by Kendra Allen.
At the line for the Ramblers shooting two is number 12, Michaela Blood.
First second's a swish. Allen over to Kiermo. Kiermo entering the circle. Over to Allen. Over to Hayden. 12 against 12. Blood against Hayden. Jump ball. Keeps it for the Grayling though. Allen over to Kiermo.
Good
Kiermo around the
defense
back
right
of
there by
Rawson,
Ava.
but taken by Ridgway. As you were saying, amazing defense there by Rawson.
Even better shot by Ridgway. And now it's a, I don't even know but you're a math guy, right?
A little bit.
Well, how much points are they ahead by?
I see a 3 and a 34. I believe that would be 31 points.
They're ahead by 31 points. Luckily, ladies and gentlemen, I have people that are good at math because the thing about me is I'm not very good at it, if you could not tell.
Checking in for the Ramblers, number 14, Bridget Roby, as well as number 21, Michaela Van Polen.
Kayla Van Polen and Bridget Roby to switch in for Brooklyn Hall and Madeline Reining. Black ball foul. Let's see
You know-
the numbers. I believe that'd be 21.
Foul charge number 21 of the Vikings.
That would be
One
Ellison
thing-
Van Up.
I think that they should bring back to basketball is more aggressive fouls. Because my mom, she played basketball, and she once told me that during a basketball game, this one, she had this one specific beef with somebody from Traverse City Central. They clocked her right in the face during I don't even know what
Jeez.
happened during a rebound.
Sinks are
And then she
second.
was able to shoot 4 free throws off of that, and that happened basically the entire night. But I don't know. You just don't really see that much aggression nowadays in basketball. Because
I mean, you don't want anybody getting hurt, do
no,
you?
you don't want anybody getting hurt. But I just love hearing like old basketball stories from my parents because they played in an entirely different era than we did, and so it's just interesting how times have changed from then to now.
Blood up for 2. On the outside of the square, makes it.
Scored by number 2, Michaela Blood.
Michaela Blood has to have at least like 9 or 8 points so far in this game. She's scored a lot of points.
I don't know. She's been in the entire time, I believe. She was in our starting lineup.
Yeah, she was in the starting line. I think she got
Yeah,
subbed out like once or twice.
She's probably gotten it around 12 points this game. Ridgeway for 3. Over the side of the fishbowl, no good.
The foul charge against number 1, Adeline Ridgeway.
4 minutes left in the game.
Nearly 5.
Nearly, basically.
five
I'm
seconds.
basically just gonna say 5.
Basically 5 minutes.
That was her first personal.
Hayden
And
over
the only
to
way
Albert.
that Grayling's been able to score so far tonight is off of free throws, and I think that's a bad sign.
Well, they can always make up the deficit there after halftime.
Oh yeah.
Van pulling over the shoulder, no good though on the 2. Van up trying to run it up, but hit out of bounds by Ridgeway.
Now checking in.
And basically an entire new lineup coming in.
Yeah, Michaela
the
Blood,
Ramblers.
Ava Rawson, and Adeline Ridgeway switching up for Caden Hinson, Michaela Van Polen, and Olivia Boscher.
Hall. Number 22,
Or
Roosevelt. Now in for
I missed one of them. I messed up.
Now back on the floor for the Vikings, number 10, Olivia Kermo. Foul charge number 3, McBain, Olivia Boscher at the line for the Vikings, number 10, Leah Kermo.
Free throw. Shot.
That first is good.
Yep.
Guillermo up for a second. And it's a clean second.
Oh, drinking the second, 2 for 2.
Roby and Van Polen. Over to Roby, up to Wallinges. Wallinges up for 2, no good. Hinson over to Buck, stolen from on the pass from Boscher by Kiermo. Foul on 11.
Foul charge number 11.
Briella Wallinges, I believe. Her
Number
second.
11, McBain, Briella Wallinges, her second personal foul. Once again at the line for the Vikings, number 10, Leah Kermo.
Mia Kiermo up for 2. Her first is no good, off the lip of the rim, over to the right side of it.
Checking in for the Vikings, freshman number 2, Alexis Hudson.
Kiermo up, off the back, no good. Van Polen on rebound. Van Polen over to Wallinges. Wallinges fouled on 10, Kiermo, giving her 2 shots.
The Vikings charge her personal foul, her second personal. At the line is McBain's number 8.
Grayling, wait, no. Both McBain and Grayling are in the bonus zone. So for now on, after every single foul, there's going to be, each team's going to get a free throw shot. That's how it works out, because the new MHSA rule.
Walling is 2 for 2 on the misses, sadly, on her free throws. Kirmo up to Malonen.
See now, so like, yeah, right there. Now she's going to be shooting 2 free throws because they're past the bonus.
Bridget Roby.
Bridget Roby at the line
foul.
for the Vikings, number 22.
Her first. Lana Malonen shooting 2. First one's no good. Second's a switch, synced right down.
And a bit of timeout by McBain, but it looked like there was a bit of miscommunication right there by McBain. So they'd have to, I don't even know.
Sponsors supporting Grayling Viking basketball. Kirkland Community College. Invest in success. Janssen Insurance. McLean & Son Construction in North Central.
Speaking of sponsors, sorry for interrupting you, but do you know who sponsored our special live stream tonight?
I'm not sure, give me a hint.
Well, they start with J.
Okay. Do they taste good?
Oh, they taste amazing.
Oh, are you talking about our Little Town Jerky?
I definitely am talking about Little Town Jerky. Little Town Jerky, in my opinion, is one of the best jerkies in the entire state. So you can buy them at at beautiful downtown Falmouth or any of your local providers.
Number 22, the Vikings charged with the foul.
Foul on Montgomery. Bosher to shoot 2. Her first is a swish.
At the line from McBain is number 3, Olivia Bosher, shooting 2.
Her second, no good off the back, right of the bowl. Roby trying to keep that McBain ball. Unable.
About 3 minutes left in this game. I don't know about you, but this game has been feel like it's been going pretty slow.
I mean, there's been a lot of fouls this game. I mean, we're already at 5-5.
So yeah, so you got a point there. So that's probably one of the reasons why it's super slow. Because the fouls and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just, I can tell that this game's going to be a little longer than usual.
Allen pass in. Allen bounce pass over to the Nook. The Nook back to Caramel. Caramel for 2, no good. Off the bowl. Van Polen. But there was a tip, at least that's a volleyball term. The ball was tipped by Caramel. Whole new lineup.
Checking in for the McBain Ramblers is the punter of the Players.
Bridget Roby, Michaela Van Polen, Briella Wallinges, Caden Hinton, and Olivia Bosher switching out for Adeline Ridgway, Michaela Blood, Ava Rawson, Adria Roosevelt, and Madeline Reining.
So basically, an entire roster change.
An entire roster change. Roosevelt steps over the half, over to Ridgway. Ridgway into the key, over to Reining, shoots for 3. Off the bowl. Roosevelt able to keep it. McBain ball. Oh. Foot might have slipped on the line. Allison Albert switching in for Kendra Allen. Over to Albert from Caramo. Being defended by 2 Ramblers. Stolen by Ridgway. Up to Reining. Reinig back to Ridgway. There was a travel. Fast feet there from Reinig. Albert over to Caramel. Caramel passes up the halfway up to Van Eck. Van Eck over to Caramel. Caramel up for 2. No good off the backboard. Roosevelt on the rebound. Roosevelt long pass up to Blood, but just over the long catapult arc over there.
One thing that's been happening a lot tonight is kind of like overthrows and stuff like that. I've been seeing that a lot tonight.
So just a little bit warmed up for football, I think.
Oh, yeah. Or better yet,
Roosevelt
disc
over to Blood.
throwing.
Disc throwing. You don't want to catch those.
No, you don't want to catch those at all. Aren't those like 30 pounds each?
A disc? No.
The foul charge number 23.
No, 1.6 kilograms. It's like
I'm
3 pounds.
I was about to say I'm American.
Imagine
I need
catching.
pounds.
Imagine catching 30 pounds. That would be.
that would be it. I think that'll be more than just an achievement. I think basically your entire forearm muscles will be gone.
No, you'd have forearm muscles after having to catch that all day long.
Yes.
Malonen sinking her first. Off the backboard to the left. No good. With a round of his finger, the ref switches the ball over to the Ramblers. Not exactly sure what that call was, folks. Ridgway drive over to Blood. Blood up for 3, off the back fishbowl. Caramel gets fouled.
There will be
On number 1, Adeline Ridgway.
The foul charge of McBain's number 1, Adeline Ridgway. At the line, for the Vikings shooting 2 is number 10, Leah Turbo.
So it looks like we're in bonus zone, so they're going to be shooting.
The first is good.
Caramel up for a second. Oh, no good off the back of the ball. Blood on retrieval.
Foul charge against number 10 of the Vikings.
Foul on
That's our third personal.
Leah Caramel.
One thing I also do see is the abundance of players.
Checking in from the Vikings is number 12, Katie Hayden, as well as number 5, Kendra Allen.
But one thing I was going to say is that the abundance of players on McBain's bench and Grayling's bench is just completely different.
Like in terms of amount?
Yes, terms of amount. I've seen that a lot.
Sinking it.
A lot in all these games is that usually McBain has a lot more players than their opponent.
Must be
or
something
their
in the
ops
water.
do. It must be so. What?
Must be something in the water.
What is that? What?
We just have athletes. Something in the water.
Oh yes, yes. Sorry, my brain wasn't able to. My bad.
It's the water.
It's the water.
Blood passed over to Roosevelt. Roosevelt over to Ridgway. Ridgway, cool little moves. No good on the 2. Rawson tries going up for a 2. No good as well.
One thing is Ridgway did a good job of doing a Euro step and then kind of like in that step putting up a shot. Good job. I don't really see that move that much in a girls game. So that's kind of.
I don't see that play often in any game.
No, either. Yeah, me neither.
Now checking in for the Vikings.
Rawson's first, no good.
Alexis Hudson.
Whole new roster almost. Alexis Hudson signing into the game for her first time. Roosevelt sinking 2.
That was number 22 with the score from McBain.
Allen over to Hayden.
Roosevelt.
Foot was just inch or 2 out of bounds there by Blood. Allen over to Albert. Albert over to Hayden. Back to Allen. Getting hard to defend it. Dealing with a hard defense from the Ramblers.
Checking in for the Ramblers, number 32, Brooklyn Hall.
Brooklyn Hall for Ava Rawson. Switch in. Tim pointing to the stars. Hall over to Ridgway. Ridgway over to Hall. Hall back to Ridgway at the top of the three, or center of the three. Over to Hall, trying to shoot for three. A lot of resistance.
Ball charge against number 22, Emma Geherick of Grayling. At the line, shooting three is number 32 for McBain, Brooklyn Hall.
Lana Malonen on the foul, her second. Hall's first off the lip.
I've done that a couple of times in my day.
Off the lip.
Oh yeah, or I just completely miss it. Usually when I completely miss it, I just do like the little, ooh, like just do that type of reaction at it.
Sinks the second.
Now on the floor for the Ramblers, number 3, Olivia Bosher.
Olivia Bosher for Michaela Blood to switch in. Hall gets one more. And it's good, sink right down. 2 for 3. Allen and Hayden being pressed by the Ramblers over to Malonen. Stolen by Roosevelt. Intercepted by Roosevelt, as you were about to say. Which is going up for 2. Same with Roosevelt. Roosevelt makes it. Allen over to Hayden.
Number 22, Adrian Roosevelt with the basket for McBain.
And over Malonen.
She's kind of just getting, I mean, one thing McBain has been doing very, very good so far is doing that zone type defense, preventing them from moving forward and not being able to like score any points. Or they're doing the Tim O'Malley signature and doing the full court press, which they've kind of like chilled out on the full court press a little bit.
I don't know. I mean,
I've seen them chill out a little. I mean,
if it's 40, defense,
yeah,
nevertheless.
it is a strong defense. I mean, he's probably stopped with the full court press because right now it's 46-8, and there's 4 seconds left of the clock.
Hayden for 3, she sinks it. Buzzer beater right there.
That was a nice buzzer beater too, right off the 3, and that was very, very nice. And it'll be halftime. And we'll bring to you the halftime report brought to you by
the Rambler Review.
Visit the Viking concession stand.
And who else?
By Grayson Guernsey?
Brought to you by Little Town Jerky.
Oh, I didn't know it was snack time.
It is snack time.
It's always snack time.
It is always snack time. I mean, if you're feeling hungry and you want some like authentic jerky, just head down to either beautiful downtown Falmouth, uptown Rin City, and now downtown Everett, or those are the original, like the good official Evil's places, or you can go to any of your local providers, look for the iconic Little Town logo, and then, yeah, that's how you can find your jerky. But I think we're gonna break down some of the stats real quick at halftime. How about you do you want this one?
Sure, I'll take this one. You take the end of the game. How about that?
I will.
All right, I believe that it would be starting off from the top. Ellen Ridgway, she had 2 fouls, 23 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. Two, 3? Oh, I apologize there. Grayson, to correct me, she made 2 2s and a 3.
So that means she has
7 points.
Yeah, she has a total of 7 points.
1 rebound, 1 assist, no blocks, 2 steals. Now to Madeline Reining, no fouls that game, and she had a steal. Olivia Bosher with 1 of 2 free throws.
Yep.
All right. 2 rebounds. Caden Hinton with a rebound and 2 steals. Brella Wallinges with 2 fouls, 2 2s, making 4 points. 5 rebounds, 1 assist and 1 steal. Michaela Blood for 5 twos, and 4 free throws.
So that'd make a total of
14.
14 points.
14 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. Now to Michaela Van Polen, 3-point, 1 assist, and 2 steals. Adria Roosevelt, lots of twos there on the score sheet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for a total of 12 points. She had 7 rebounds, 1 block, and 4 steals. Avery Austin with 2 fouls, a rebound. Brooklyn Hall with 4 free throws.
Yeah, and she went 4 for 3. I think. Well, I don't know. She missed 3 throws, so she made 4. Continue on.
2 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2 steals. A lot of stats there.
Yeah, a lot
Hard
of
to
stats.
decipher. Apologize there, folks, for the slowness. Grayson will be taking over at the end of the game.
And I think we'll see you after the quick break.
All right, welcome back to the JV game for the girls. Their last. Starting off will be Grayling's Hayden. Over to Allen. Tough Rambler defense there to start off with, but able to get the ball over to Allen. Now Albert. Albert over to Hudson.
Foul charge number 11 of McBain.
Foul on Briella Wallinges, her third. 2 more and she's out of here.
2 more. Well, I think she might be out of here, but I don't know for sure.
Or at least sitting on the bench. Intercepted by Roosevelt up to Wallinges. Wallinges unable to keep a grasp on that ball with the quick plays there. That'd be Allen. Over to Guillermo. Guillermo to pass over to Albert. Albert trying to pass it back to Guillermo. Tough defense from Roosevelt and Hall, though. Roosevelt almost Roosevelt successful on the steal. Goes up for a 2. It's a solid swish.
Yeah, like as I said at halftime, they're chilling out in the full court press right now. There is a travel call.
Travel on Guillermo.
Checking in for Grayling, number 21 forward, Allison Panda.
Ball over to Van Polen. Van Polen going through center circle. Van Polen now over to Blood. Up to Roosevelt. Roosevelt for 2.
Off the backboard.
Swings from backboards. Pushes a little bit around the fishbowl and sinks it.
Yes.
Guillermo now. Guillermo looking for an opening. Over to Hudson. Tried to go over the back there, but Wallinges was ready for that. Wallinges on the steal up to Roosevelt. Roosevelt tries going up for 2. Foul on number 12, Katie Hayden for the Grayling.
Foul charge to Grayling's number 12, Katie Hayden, her second personal foul at the line for McBain, number 22.
Shooting 2.
But as I said, her free throw shooting position is kind of a little bit unique, as in the sense that she goes over to the left.
And it must work. I mean, she just sunk the first.
Allison Albert.
You know, I was taught to do free throws. Well, originally I was taught to do them like granny shot style, because that's how my grandpa did them.
So grandpa style, not grandma style then, right?
Grandpa style, basically. But he said, when he told me to do it, he said there's a certain technique that you got to do with it. And I mean, every single time I did that technique, I never missed it. But I was kind of forced to change it because I was getting kind of made fun of it because of it.
I mean, you don't really granny throw. I mean, like,
No.
imagine if an NBA player granny threw a full court shot. If he made it, it'd be something.
If you made it, you'd be a legend. If you missed it, then you'd be like ostracized for basically his entire life.
Mm-hmm. But even if he did make it, they probably would still say that he should have just done over the shoulder, full punch into the ball. Apologies on the quietness with my co-announcer here, Grayson.
Mm-hmm. LG, did you say LG is?
What?
Dude, what'd you say?
Technology errors here.
Oh, yes, technology errors. I thought you said the AT&T tower messed with my microphone for a second. I thought that's what you said, and I thought that was kind of funny.
Mm-hmm. Katie Hayden, her third foul. Roosevelt sinks her first. Off center, but sinks the ball. Olivia Boscher switching for Michaela Ludd. Roosevelt shoot one more. And it's a solid, I mean, I hardly saw the net move. Did you? It just went right in.
It did just go right in. I didn't even see it move that much at all either.
Like a stealth fighter, just whew, finishing the mission. Allen over to Guillermo. Guillermo tries driving past Boxer Hall and Wallinges, but tough defense.
Checking in for the Ramblers is number 23, Ava Watson.
Adria Roosevelt checking out. Avery Rawson checking in. Hayden tries going for a long 2, no good. Colin Van Polen on the drive. Over to Boscher. Over to Wallinges. Slippery, waxy floors. I'm telling you, Grayson, some slippery floors here tonight.
I mean, they look very well polished, so I wouldn't doubt that they're a little bit slippery.
I can hear the shoes.
That's drive and score.
Katie Hayden for a
Number
2.
12, Katie Hayden with the Viking bucket.
Now, Grayling's starting to score a bit of points. I think McBain should be a little bit worried right now because Grayling's now at double-digit points, and they're kind of going on a roll right now with scoring-wise.
I mean, all it was a cold start. Got warmed up.
That's her third personal.
Rawson sinking her first.
At the line for McBain, shooting 2 is number 23. Rawson checking in for Grayling is number 2 and number 23. Alexis Hudson.
Misses her second. Hall goes up for 2. Blood goes up for 2. Blood makes the 2.
There, at this point, somebody on this McBain team has to have a double-double, which that means double-digit rebounds and double-digit points. I 100% bet it.
I mean, must be. I mean, I believe from reading the stats from last game, Rella Wallen just had a lot of rebounds. I think it was only like 2 more, and she would have been in the double digits. Van Polen and Hall. Up to Hall. Long
Risky long pass.
Right over the arms of the defenders. Over back to Van Polen. Shoots for 3 off the lip. Boscher goes up. No good. Kept in play by Grayling. Passed over to Van Polen though.
Good effort by Grayling, able to keep that in.
Boscher over to Hall. Van Polen sinks the 3.
The 3 for number 21 McBain, Michaela Van Polen.
Allen Hayden and Caramo. Pass up to Montgomery. Over to Caramo. Over to Hudson. Hudson over to Montgomery. Stolen by Rawson. Over to Boscher, who passes it to Van Polen. All the way up to Blood. Long pass though.
Checking in for the round.
Yes,
lob.
Number 1.
A lot of just like Hail Mary. McBain's doing a lot of like kind of Hail Marys recently, just doing like court to court type passes.
Caramo over to Hayden. Hayden getting pressed heavily there by Blood. Van Polen able to steal the ball. Long pass up to Rawson. Able to do it well.
Dribbling up the court with Leah Kermo. Kind of gets pressured a little bit. It gets it stolen by Boscher. Boscher kind of goes on the ground, fights for it a little bit. And I think it's going to be Grayling ball.
I believe that's Rambler ball.
Yeah, I think it might be Rambler ball.
I think you guys are going to hold on.
Ridgeway gets the ball, does a good move, does another good move, goes up and misses. Unfortunately, attempted rebound. Boscher gets the ball, gives it up to Van Polen. Shoots the ball for 3, no good. And that's going to try, she's going to try to get a point off before the third quarter ends, but then that'll be it. The score right now is 12-61. McBain in the lead. We'll see you after the quick break. How do I say the last name? And this is going to be the final quarter of the girls JV season. Just to let you know, this is one of the last non-pay-per-view. Well, you say it.
Oh, actually, you were going to say something else, so see what you're saying.
So this is going to be one of the last pay-per-view games here on Rambler Review before you have to go on NFHS network to watch any of the further games since it's going to be the playoffs. Of course, Rambler Review will still stream them, but they will only be audio streams. So if you want the full visualization of the game, head on over to NFHS.com and buy some tickets. I think you have to buy it's like pay-per-view where you have to buy something like that to be able to get it. Number 10, Leah Kermo. The shot, no good. Hoping to score a little bit of points to kind of lessen the gap between the Vikings and the Ramblers.
Close this deficit, yeah.
Second shot, no good. Rebounded by number 5,
Caden Hinton.
Hinton gives it to Ridgway. Ridgway looks around, tries to surveying the area, dribbles it around, gets a screen by Hinton, gives it to down number 2, shoots, no good off the lip. Rebounded by number 12, Katie Hayden.
Reineck and Ridgway able to keep that and steal that ball. Not keep that, but steal that ball. Stolen by Vanook, though.
Vanook goes down coast to coast, no good. Rebounded by Roosevelt.
Long pass up to Blood. Close, but no cigar on the 2.
Foul charge against Grayling's number 2, Alexis Hudson.
You do play by play.
I'll do play-by-play, okay.
Shooting 2 at the line for McBain is number 12, Michaela Blood.
But Blood shooting 2, and it's going to be like a 60. That's going to be 62 points now. I'm thinking by the end of this game, McBain might score 70.
Switching out a full roster here again.
The whole roster change.
Adria Roosevelt, Adeline Ridgway, Madeline Reineck, and Caden Hinton switching out for Ava Ross and Bella Wallinges, Olivia Boscher, and Bridget Roby. Sinking her second. Kiermo. Pass up to Hudson. Down low for a 2. Solid sink. Roby and Boscher. Over to Blood. Up to Rawson for a 2, no good. Wallinges goes up for 2. Twice, sinks her second.
Wallinges is just being able to get those rebounds, put them back up, and then immediately go back right up, hit them off the backboard. It's just doing a good job. I mean, she's boxing out a little bit. She's getting those rebounds and being able to put them back up on that board.
It's going to be her final foul of the game. She's checking out, now checking in is
number 21 just got full on. She's fouled out of the game because she's got, I think she has 5.
Yep. Vanook for her 5th.
So we won't be seeing her the rest of the night, fortunately.
Michaela Blood switched for Brooklyn Hall.
Well, I think that might be a line violation. That sometimes happens. I mean, I did that a couple of times.
Number 11, Brianna Wallinger.
Goes up for a second, no good. Kiermo, long pass up to Hayden. Goes for a 2, solid off the backboard. Corner of the square.
Basically coast to coast with that one.
Hall over to Wallinges. Wallinges through the gap of Roby and Boscher. Boscher able to thread the needle, keep that McBain ball stolen by Montgomery. Montgomery tries going up for a swing low 0-2, no good.
Montgomery tries going coast to coast with that one.
Boscher for 3.
Good
Hall.
save by, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, very good save by number 32, Brooklyn Hall. And she is able to steal it.
Up for a 2, no good. Roby up for 2. Hall tries going for 2, but it just hugs and sits on the back of the fishbowl. Wallinges, off the corner, no good.
It just kind of going up, down, up, down, up, down. That's really what the ball was just going.
I mean, I was about to say Uptown Funk You Up by Bruno Mars, but it's not Uptown, it's Uptown.
That's Uptown.
It's Uptown. Uptown Funk You Up, though.
Uh-huh.
In from McBain, number 5, Peyton Hinton.
Austin Albert switching in for. No, not switching in. Miscommunication with myself there.
Ava somehow.
Do you see what happened there?
I did see what Ava somehow garbed it, and then was able just to rip it right in front of her and get it right down there. Now she's going to be shooting free throws. Now, I think she's getting 2 or 1. But one thing is that on free throws, it usually goes like, if it's your team, it's like the opposing team, your team, the opposing team. One thing that I was always taught too by my grandpa is that if you're on it, when you get in front of somebody, they're obviously going to be in front of you. So all you want to do is get your leg basically right in front of them, like put your elbow right in their chest. I have sharp elbows, so I just kind of like dig it right in there and just kind of push them back to get them forward. But that's just what I did. My sister, when she played basketball, she also did that too, and which it was effective. But
Paul able to sink the 2.
yeah.
Back to what you were saying.
But yeah, it's just, that's what I always do, and I try to like tell people to do that because it's very useful if you do it right.
Tough sport. Montgomery back to Hayden, goes for 3, no good. Kirimo and Hudson able to keep it. Grayling ball. Hayden with like single hand over the head and shoulder there a little bit.
And just kind of like shot put throwing it right up there.
Actually, yeah. More like a baseball shot put throw, but
Like a base.
shot put nevertheless.
Mm-hmm.
Checking into the Ramblers.
Madeline Reining. Madeline Reining switching in for Ava Rawson.
And it seems like they're getting, Coach O'Malley is getting all the sophomores in there to play a couple more minutes, which that is very, very nice of him to do since this is obviously their last JV game. And yeah.
Yeah, many of our girls down there are going to be switching to varsity next year.
Yes, a majority of them are. And I mean, one thing as a coach is like, if like, for instance, you got seniors or something like that, and this is like the last game, you got to at least put them in and stuff like that. Like my last game, I didn't play basketball this year, but my last year during football against Fowler, I was put in for quite a long amount of time because my coach really just wanted me to enjoy my last final minutes on JV.
And then Hall up for that under the hoop score of a 2. One pass up to Montgomery, over to Albert. Allen up for 2. Past the lip, no good. Ryan Inc. over to Hall. Hall passing center circle. Over to Hinton. Back to Hall. Over to Ridgeway. Reining. Over to Roosevelt. Roosevelt to Hall. Hall's going to shoot 3. No good. Caught by Hayden. 18 seconds. 15. Long pass.
Trying doing that kind of just looked like a basket. Like, I'm surprised it got that far because she did the pass in kind of an uncomfortable way, but she was able to get it down there. But now it's going to be running clock since there's not that much time left. 2 seconds left.
Second buzzer beater of like this entire game.
And then final score, Vikings 20, McBain 69. And yeah, that was, I mean, good job to the girls, but JV basketball season so far, good job by them.
I mean, this was an amazing season. Like, I'm glad I was able to watch this, announce this, my final year here with Rambler Review. I mean,
oh yeah, I forgot. We got also some seniors graduating. And I mean, I'm pretty sure you're going to be doing more games, but it's been just it's been an absolute blessing having you be my co-host to announce some of these games. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you in the next game.
Actually, we should say that was just an amazing season there for the JV. I mean, undefeated.
I think they went under. I think they went. Did they go undefeated?
They went undefeated this
season.
season.
And Mr. O'Malley I think this is like his 3rd or 4th season having an undefeated team. So, I mean, I don't know. It looks like I feel like he should get moved up to varsity head coach, in my opinion. But he maybe just might not want to, but I don't know.
Yeah, you never know, but we're going to have some strong varsity players next year. I can tell that next year is going to be one of the most solid years for girls varsity basketball that we've had in a long time, I feel like.
And in my own personal opinion, I feel like this past couple of years, or these past years, it's going to be the most this is the most, it's like the most athletic best era of athletics for McBain, really, because we got a bunch of incredible athletes going through both the girls and the boys area of sports. Especially for basketball, McBain is like a basketball school, so, I mean, but that's just my opinion. I feel like soon we're going to have one of the best years for athletics.
Second half, so you'd have to add them both together.
All right.
We got the final stats. I think we might take a minute to just do the calculations, unless if you can do the calculations so far. So
That's a lot of calculations.
and I think we'll see you after a quick break.
And we'll see you in the varsity game, and we will say the stats of the JV game there. See us there.
All right.